Oh, hey, folks, we are live with the AMA. I'm going to be distracted for a moment as I wait for my second screen to catch up to this so I can mute it and we don't have to have. And the reason why I have the second screen up is like I like to see some of the extra chat. Shellback, welcome. It's welcome. There we go. That's what I was waiting on to finally catch up and go live. So, for those, no, I haven't done an AMA in I don't know, month and a half, 2 months, so I'm overdue. Um, and I figured it's a good time to do it, and I may as well do it when I've got a stretch of days with live stream. So I did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're doing Sunday. I am Erudite DM is having me on his live tomorrow, so that will be what 6 days in a row. May do an afternoon live with Glenn if I do, or an evening. I don't know about an evening live, but we may get an extra live in on Tuesday. But in any case, I'll have 6 in a row. It's the reason why I'm not losing hair, but I'm certainly going gray. But I figured I've been asked a few questions. I want to address a few things too, in addition to taking your questions. And by the way, anybody is free to watch this. You don't even have to be a subscriber, but if you want to comment, you got to be a member. And at around 8:30 or so, I'm going to give away at least 5 memberships to people that are watching. So, just trying to, I guess you could say, share the love. It's been noticed, thankfully, that I'm doing an increased amount of videos. I actually have, dare I say it, a schedule. Now, if you can't hear it in my voice, I've been fighting a cold for the last week plus 8 days, whatever. I think I hit a week ago Saturday night when I was about to start recording videos. Um, no longer, a pain in my neck or my throat, but I've got congestion. I've got, dare I say it, dopiness. I got that the fog that comes along with getting a cold. So my idea of getting ahead in videos hasn't been as ahead as I would like. I do have scripts for tomorrow and Tuesday done, but I still have to record them. So hopefully later on tonight before I go to sleep, I'll get it done. So anyways, I just figured you have been doing too many videos and we're losing your voice. No, no, I literally got a cold. Now I am attempting. There's a schedule. There's a theme you're going to follow. If every day has a slightly different theme to it, as the live streams all have their own themes to it. So I am trying to get a rhythm going. My blog, when it was most successful, I was probably doing on average 3 or 4 posts a day. It was one of the largest traffic post sites in the OSR. It was actually coming close to N-World in its traffic at the time. Yeah, it's great. I gave it to Rach, by the way. She got it after me, and she's probably going to kick it before me. So I'm taking this. I'm taking the long way out of it. But be it as it may, I've gone through worse. It's just annoying. But I was hoping last week to literally get 3 or 4 videos done Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, get another bunch done Monday, and then have the week free. Instead, I've been lucky. I've been getting videos done generally the night before. But I don't have enough voice to do multiple videos and do live streams. So until that situation catch up, I may miss a day of long form videos. But I want to thank everybody, those in the live, those that catch this later, because the videos are being watched, they are being commented on. Uh, the subscriber numbers are huge. We've picked up about 250. So no, I'm sorry, 275, almost 280 subscribers in the last 2 weeks and a day. Um, so I'm doing something right, and it feels very rewarding to see the fact that I'm putting an increased activity into the YouTube channel, that it's being appreciated in general. Um, Things that I intend to get done, and I intended to start at the beginning of this month, but it just didn't happen. I want to re-kick off the Substack. It's going to be pretty much uh, a quick weekly recap of what's been happening on this channel. I am trying to figure out the best way to get. I know some people have asked for transcripts. AI is not very good at pulling out transcripts, and I can tell you that if you want somebody to pull them out for you, it's cost prohibitive. It's like over $100 an episode. But I could work off my scripts, which I'll be honest with you, I don't stick with, and I'll discuss that in a moment. But I could post the scripts and see how that goes. Yeah, it's really making a good headway, Don and Thetis. I am thrilled. Now, part of that is the collabs with Joe and Joe. Honestly, that has been it's been huge. But also, again, the daily content, and not just focusing on breaking news in the industry, which I will cover it if it's important enough, but just getting those OSR videos out. The OSR is a huge community that, in my point of view, is underserved. We get a lot of opinion, which is fine, but we don't get so much of the history or the theory behind it. So I'm trying to cover a lot of that, and having each day of the week kind of fit into a certain, like Sundays is kind of a classic OSR day, and Tuesday is going to be a newer OSR day, and Mondays are like, rules. There might be some like sinew that connects all these things together, but they're all going to fall into their own categories to some extent. So, Flint, good to see you. So, this is kind of the what's going on. Yes, the OSR is a real community, and it's a real thing. And any channel like yours that really digs into it, it's a positive. Yeah, excuse me. I should have hit the cough button on the mic when I did that, but nah. Now, a few of you know, because you've been PMing me or emailing me. But if you have an OSR channel that you're just kicking off and you've got questions, feel free to reach out to me. Joe and Joe the lawyer, Joe Block, said the same thing. We're all available. We're all. Oh, my nose is itchy now. Excuse me. It's not a coke habit, trust me. But we're all available to answer questions, and I know a few people have been asking me a lot of questions, and I'm happy. But I'll get back to you right away. Like, this week has just been a bad week. Again, I wanted to, to some extent, reboot the blog, to support this channel more and have the channel support it more. I have plans, but that stuff might not happen until closer to the new year, unless I suddenly feel better immediately, which isn't happening. But I'm probably going to get the Substack relaunched next weekend, only 2 weeks later than I hoped. I want to get it launched actually before Black Friday, because I think there's going to be a couple of deals that are going to be of interest to members of this community, and I want to make sure we get on top of all that stuff. Because if nothing else, this channel should be it should be a service to the community at large, to its subscribers, to the members, and membership. You all are huge. I'm going to give special thanks to Agile Monk, who I don't think he's in the chat yet. If he was, he'd probably talk. But Agile has been a huge supporter of this channel in gifting memberships. I can't thank him enough because I'm going to, a little peek behind the window of YouTube. My advertising dollars are up nicely, which means that instead of making $2.50 to $3 a day from advertising, I'm making about $5 a day from advertising. Which means those people who think that YouTubers with 7,000, 10,000, 15,000 subs are making elite dollars, those that are making money at those numbers are those that are doing sponsorships. Because you're not making it from YouTube. I just like to break even and have a little extra money that I can invest in things to review. So Shellback, I still want to find those trough-shaped shit glasses to fill with cola so I can offer people lines of Coke. You are a shit stirrer, but we love you. Flint, I don't think my channel qualifies as an OSR channel, even though occasionally offer OSR material. I tend to go broad. Listen, when I started the Tavern as a blog, I don't know how many years ago, probably close to 14. Rach and I guess, I'm not sure if we were married at the time. We just celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary. But when I started the blog, I was all over the place. I was indie gaming and OSR and Amazon Kindle I'm going to suggest, Flint, that you focus down on something that you really are passionate about and then broaden it afterwards. Like I'm finding for myself for this channel, which has been in existence for years, the ability to focus on the OSR now is allowing me to broaden out a little bit beyond just maybe the pure OSR. And again, being broad, that's right, being broad is nothing bad. I'm just, trying to think from the YouTube perspective is that YouTube, and if you haven't noticed this, if you're on Facebook or on X and you follow me, or even on my Discord server, I don't share the links generally to my long form videos anymore. And my traffic has, I don't know, nearly doubled over the last month or two. And that's because I'm letting YouTube find me my audience. I do put out links, though, for the live streams because those are timely. And I want people to interact if they're able to, if they have the time to come in for the live stream and become part of this conversation, which I find very important. Now, I'm going to point something out because I think this is... Hey, Joe, we were just talking about you. Like I said, that's one of the people. If you have questions about a YouTube channel of our sizes, Joe is like me. He's happy to answer questions. We all want more success in this. Like Joe Block, Joe the lawyer, and myself, we all started as bloggers around the same time. We were there right after the OSR kicked off, and it was something that we were all very passionate about. And Joe still has his blog. Joe the lawyer doesn't, but that's okay. But we've all got these YouTube channels, and this is how we can communicate with our communities, with the OSR community at large. I think is very important. But I want to I've had this question asked, like, Why are you using AI to generate thumbnails? Because in the course of 3 weeks, I have had three comments, usually along the line of, "I love your channel, but I hate your AI slop of thumbnails, and I'm unsubscribing." Fine. Two of those three people, by the way, were accounts that were 3 weeks old or less. So they just had an account to tell me that they were unsubscribing. Fine. But the reality is, and I was explaining before, if I make $5 a day in YouTube advertising, that's actually a good day for this channel. I can't even go to Fiverr and get somebody to do daily art for me. By the way, Fiverr isn't $5 anymore. You're not going to get that turnaround. So, as somebody who has spent thousands of dollars on art for my blog and for other projects, not just stock art, commissioned art, and I believe fully in our artists, I'm happy to bring artists onto the channel and talk about their work. That's what this channel is about. It's about supporting the industry. For thumbnails, I'm going to be generating most of them, via AI if it's appropriate. You know, yeah, bot accounts complaining about AI art. But they're not automated bot accounts. Okay, these are troll accounts. Shellback. These are troll accounts, and listen. If you have a channel, you're going to get this. They are people who, for one reason or the other, don't like you or what you've achieved or what you are doing or the fact that people follow your channel, and they're going to make comments. More power to them. Yeah, Don, it smells like shite to me. I smell fake accounts to hassle only. One account was actually 11 years old. It might have been a legitimate person. And listen, AI can certainly get people very passionate. It's almost like politics. I get that. But, you know, if I judge my channel by my likes and dislikes ratio, I think I'm doing okay. Uh, I think yes, like I said, Joe's happy to help anybody who wants to do a YouTube channel. I actually spoke with somebody last night who watched Rach and I on our Gamers Health last night, and they were inspired that they want to do a channel pretty much to support men's health. Because let's be honest, men, we don't like to ask for directions, right? We don't like to see doctors. We like to avoid all this stuff. And I think it's a great idea. And he wants to do like a regular bit on his stream to do so. Uh, Mike, thank you. I really do appreciate it. It really helps the channel. And by the way, I've got two. We have enough members that I actually have to have two members roles rolling. This is starting with the Master Minions, which is Zach Laser and T. Taylor, Kurt Gould. God bless. But these are the people that go out of the way to support this channel. I have another list that I'll scroll through in a little bit. Yeah, I know. It's part of being a vlogger. It could be a hater, competitor. Yep. So, speaking of AI, if you were to prognosticate on the subject, what role do you see AI DMs taking on in the future? I don't. All right. Yeah. I'll uh, I'll explain to you what I mean by that. I've taken a course on AI. I've actually, with my cold, I've stepped away from it. But it's an on-demand course on AI and allowed me to understand the processes and understand what AI is good for. And then I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to ask AI to run a game of OSE for me. Old school. Do you understand old school essentials? Yes, I do. All right. And it started running this one person campaign. It was interesting, but then after I did it for half an hour here every night for a couple of nights, I realized that, yeah, okay, it's telling a great story, but it's not D&D. And I asked it that. Well, I'm kind of hand waving some stuff. I'm like, yeah, I kind of gathered that it's not D&D. Now, what I am tempted to do, not on this channel, I would do a secondary channel, which would probably only get maybe one video a week. I'm thinking of doing a channel on how to use AI as a DM's assistant. I don't know if you remember. I think, my God, back at the end of the 2E, beginning of the 3E era, there's a DM assistant program, right? I think it could be very useful for things like tables, and inspiration. And especially if you're an improv DM, great. Do I think it can replace the DM? I think that's what Watsy wanted. I really do. I think that was what Watsy wanted, and they didn't get it. Mike, are you currently running any games? Are they online or in person? What games are you running? Do you have any tips for Theater of the Mind? Great questions. I'm not currently running in any games. I'm actually not currently in any games. Last game I was regularly in, I was in Joe the Lawyer's 2-week campaign. It lasted about 2 years. That wrapped up at the end of the springtime. And then we had a short group with Don running a game. That was a lot of fun. I had planned on running some either Call of Cthulhu or some Mothership for last month, but then time got away from me, and now the time is like going to my hands like it's sand. But my regular gaming group, when we do have games going, is a bunch of GMs slash creators. It's Greg Christopher, Rob Conley, Tim Shorts, Joe the Lawyer, um, occasionally Flint, um, a few others. But these are the names that you'll recognize from YouTube and blogging and creating. So, everybody's a DM by nature. So we all would just kind of rotate. But I run games at conventions. Um, so, and that's going to fly into your Theater of the Mind question. At a convention, you got to keep things paced quickly. In my opinion, you don't you don't want a lot of downtime. You don't want players playing with their phones. I don't get mad if they do, but you don't want it. So you got to keep the game moving quicker than you would at your home table. You don't give them a lot of time to think. You keep the action going, and descriptions are great for that. What cons am I attending in 2026? I am attending. I'm not attending Page. I don't know if you can hear the puppy barking from the other side of the house right now, but the puppy is very much still a puppy. So not attending Page. I will be at TotalCon. Rach may not be, but if she is, she'll be there with the puppy because the hotel I think is dog friendly. So I'll be at TotalCon in February. I'll be at WizardCon in April. I will be at North Texas early June, CNY the weekend after, and ShireCon in September. So it's a pretty good schedule. I actually had to turn down invites to two other cons because you can only juggle so much. North Texas, our puppy is probably going to have to go to puppy spa for a couple of days and have a little bit of vacation. To be interesting. But she's a beautiful dog, but she's a handful, and I can't put it on my parents just yet. Um, yeah, Shellback, AI doesn't have a long enough attention span to DM in my experience. Yeah, I don't. I think what Watsy had hoped for. Okay, I've discussed this in the past, but when they were discussing, when their president was discussing, uh, how they have access to thousands of modules and adventures and all this art, He was talking about essentially they could have a moral AI. In other words, they could have it powered. It could learn from their own copyrighted material. They wouldn't be like, "Oh, we stole it." Okay, well that's fine, but it never caught up in time for them. So that's the reason why Project Sigil was hoping to make that their their be all and end all. She's a Cavapoo, so she's a hair. She's one quarter Cavalier Spaniel and three quarters mini poodle. She's a beautiful black haired dog with like dark brown highlights that are coming in. Oh, she's sweetest animal and most intelligent animal I've ever had the pleasure of being part of my family in my 58 years. But she's a handful. It's a good handful. I'm not complaining, but she's a handful. Um, hold on, I'm gonna have to. If this is part of it, hold on. There we go. My God, my nose. It always knows. It's like those. What was it? The flavors of fruit. No, it's not Fruit Loops, but in any case, now going back to this channel, like I said, I'm doing daily videos. I never did. I used to say, "Oh, I'm doing a live stream. That's my daily video." No, I'm doing a daily video on days that I have live streams, and I'm doing the shorts, and that's thanks to Joe Block. I use ClipGoat, Clip greatest of all times. It's a great AI uh, clip generator from your longer form videos, and it's brought in the larger audience to this channel. And again, I am very thankful for that because you can't talk you can talk about the hobby, you can talk about the history of the OSR and aspects of the OSR, but unless you're bringing new people in, you're going to be talking to the same people, and you want people to gain knowledge and gain information. You got to keep bringing new blood in. So, all right, let me swap out our minions. By the way, I have to update this list. This list is about 3 weeks old. We've had new members join and a few members leave, so I got to go through and update that this coming week. Things to do. What else? Oh, actually, you know what? We're pretty much right there. So let me give out a few memberships. Member gifting. I'm giving out 5 right now. So if you're watching and you aren't a member, you will now be a member for the next 30 days. So you'll have access to the Minions folder, which has some. By the way, all subscribers or all viewers have access to a folder where I'm trying to put content every other week, at least monthly, into. And the Minions, the members get a little additional content. It's OSR based. Um, uh, Joe Block. That's one of the things I love about our collaborations. We're all learning tricks from each other to help our channels. Yes. Now, little peek behind the curtain here, and I don't make any secret of this. I got invited into a YouTube program by YouTube. So I actually have like a community manager that, in general, I mean, I don't deal with him directly much, but I do get to go through some virtual YouTube trainings about membership and shorts and channels. I they're throughout the day, and a lot of times it's when I'm not around, but I do try to attend them. And any knowledge I get from this, I share with Joe and Joe and Don and whoever else wants to know. It's not like it's top secret stuff. I don't believe in holding on to information because people, oh, Hey, this is top secret. You're going to learn. No, I want people to learn. I want people to have a better grounding in what they're doing if they want to have a YouTube channel. Okay, I mean, nothing sucks more than producing stuff and then having nobody watch it. If there are little things that can help you along the way, especially if they're coming directly from Google/YouTube, sure, I'll share out what they're talking about. Mike, the moral panic around AI is a bit over the top for me. The cat has been out of the bag for a long time now, and I don't see any of it slowing down anytime soon. It's going to get, I don't know, I don't want to say worse, but AI is going to get better. And the better it gets, the more the anti AI aspect is going to ramp up. And again, would I use AI in a project I was asking for money for, like on DriveThru or on Kickstarter? No. But if I was giving something away for free, would I throw AI art into it? Yeah, because I'm not an artist. Okay, that's not where I have my talent. My parents are both skilled painters. They paint in oils. That's great. I don't have that skill. Everybody has their own skill set. Very few of us have a skill set that is writing, yapping, talking, artistic, doing layout. The one man chops are great. I'm not them. All right, Joe, be good. Thank you for dropping in. And we probably wrap up by 9 o'clock, so you can check out Joe's live stream. And again, we'll have our live stream next week, folks. Just to remind you, Sunday night special. Thetis, yeah, sounds accurate. It's like the Claude Anthrop lawsuit. Authors say they won. They have to buy the books now to train them, but they still lost, so to speak, according to their own goals. And this is indeed fair use, assuming it doesn't directly create copies of literary materials. It pretty much. Listen, artists get inspired and copy other artists, right? That's authors. When I took creative writing back in college in the late '80s, oh my god, um, my professor told us that the best way to learn to be a better writer, aside from actually writing, is reading. Because you expose it, and goes, but read different material. You shouldn't just be reading one genre and one author. You need to expose yourself to more material so you can help refine your own writer's voice. And with this artist, sorry, with the writer lawsuit, with the one that had a couple of $1 billion, that's the class action suit. My sister's involved in that because I said she's an author, and I said to her, look it up and see if anything that you published is in it. And one of her books was. She doesn't know whether she gets the money or her publisher gets the money. I don't know, but I mean, this is literally what's going on in the world. But yeah, if they bought the books, they literally would have had access to it. Then that leads you to the question then of what if they had Kindle Unlimited and they rotated their 10 unlimited books every hour as the thing strips them and rips them. I don't know how that would work, but AI is a tool. Now, how else do I use AI? Well, I will put in an outline of what I want to talk about. Okay. And by the way, AI it's what helped me organize my weekly schedule because I gave it the topics I want to talk about, and then it's like, well, here's the best lineup of how you should put them in an order. I can't argue with that. It made a lot of sense. But I will give it my brief bullet point outline and it will pop back with a script. Now, people talk about AI hallucinates, and I'm sure it does. My experience is that AI omits. It doesn't always dig deep enough. Like if you're going to rely on AI as a writer, you better know your subject itself yourself, and you better be an amazing editor because it'll sound good. But I went through it and I reread every script twice because I'll reread it and then I'll say, "Hey, you happen to have forgotten Basic Fantasy RPG in this timeline." Oh, yeah, good catch. And then it'll rewrite the whole thing. And then I go through and I reread it until I make sure it's accurate. But the more I do that and the more I rewrite and the more I add, I find that AI starts, strangely enough, learning your voice. It's learned that I like to end most of my videos with something on the the framing of God bless. Right? Why is that? Well, aside from the fact that I happen to believe in a higher power, I don't think it will offend anybody to say God bless. And if they don't want the blessing, they don't have to take it. But that's just me. But it's figured it out from me adjusting one or two scripts to add that, and now it adds it. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty darn interesting. So it's a great tool. I think it's a productivity tool. Without AI, I don't think I could even contemplate doing a video a day along with the live streams and a blog and try to relaunch the Substack. I don't think that any of that would happen. Flint, I'll take all I can get. Yeah. Uh, so I mean, to me, it's a force multiplier. But on its own, it doesn't. It needs the guidance. It needs. You can if I just say, give me a video on basic fantasy role playing, it's gonna spew out some generic stuff, which okay might be good for an overview video. But if I want to start digging deep into it, I need to have knowledge that I can add in, and then because it's knowledge, it can be superficial. And you have to be able to cast the superficial. Now, again, I can use it as a force multiplier, writing stuff about OSR games because I tend to know the rule sets or about AD&D 1E or BX, and I can catch it if it omits something or if it misinterprets something. But if I was going to be doing a channel on 5e, AI would be no help to me. Why? Because I have no knowledge of 5e. So I wouldn't even be able to give it directions. Does that make sense? It's like, GPS is a great tool, but unless you know where you want to go, it's useless, right? So AI, unless you have the basic knowledge, it's going to be superficial. But I find it's a force multiplier. It can allow me to, and by the way, as much as I like to improv at my tables and I like to improv on videos, and the reason why I do live streams is because I can, as they said in my academy class, I can freeball it. When I do a long form video, I find it's better for me to keep to a script because it keeps the filler words out. And I tend not to use the word like all that much, but is a huge one for me. And I find sticking to a script, it keeps me from getting lost. Uh, Dan, I believe that you get a free. Let me just go back. That was me. Yeah, and just so you know too, if you have membership on your channel, YouTube allows you to give away 10 memberships for free on a monthly basis. I like to do that on these live streams. Well, you can only do it really on a live stream, or I guess on one of those live plays, whatever they call it, when you schedule it and then you get the live chat. I've never done it, but premieres. But I like to do it on the live streams like this because we're talking, right? It allows me to, and it's random. YouTube doesn't allow me to go, I'm going to give this exactly to Dan. No, it says, oh, 5 people who are currently watching. I'm guessing subscribed, but I don't know. But 5 people that are currently watching that aren't yet members get put into the random mix. Yeah, say this. AI doesn't actually think; it predicts what you want based on random seeds. By definition, it has no soul and lacks any context you fail to give it from the beginning. Right. So if you want to use one of the things I learned about AI, if you want AI to be more effective for what you want it to be, you got to tell it about yourself. I gave ChatGPT, and I pay for it. I gave it I am a retired New York City police officer with 20 years of experience. My last 14 years was supervising detectives as a sergeant. I've had an OSR blog since this and this, and I've done this and this. Cancer survivor, all the stuff that you tell it about you allows it to make better predictions. Um, Dan, I've been thinking about starting my own channel. Not really sure where to begin though. Quick, basic advice from me to you. Do it about something that you're passionate about, something that you really enjoy. If there's an OSR system in particular that you really like, jump at it. Because if you're passionate about what you talk about, and I happen to be passionate about the OSR in general and being part of a community, um, you will pass that along to your viewers. They'll they'll see it. They'll understand it. They'll respond to it. You don't need much to start out. I've got if you have like a Mac computer or a laptop, you've got a camera already built in. They're not the best, but they're more than great to start with. I would say before getting a high end camera, and I think my camera was $99. Get a good. My mic is an Elgato. I think it was 149. It might go on sale during Christmas time. It's an excellent microphone. I don't have to use a headset. But sound, by the way, how you sound, and I know I sound like shit with my cold, but sound is more important than the visuals. Just so you know, YouTube says that. If you listen to YouTube gurus about how to have a channel, they say that. But even the people at YouTube that I've seen on the trainings from YouTube have said that sound is more important than your visuals. People will forgive poor visuals before they will forgive crappy sound. So now I put my long form videos through a filter. It is Adobe Podcast. It enhances speech. I happen to be subscribed for $60 a year or something like that to another Adobe package, and it was part of it. You can use it for free, but it will only. I can upload a video, and it will take it from the video. If you do the free version, you have to extract your sound and then put your sound back in, which I am not that. I am no longer the tech nerd I used to be for that stuff. So, um, Don, it's more personal, and since it is random, it is fair. So no, AI spammers can claim you are. No AI spammers can claim you're playing favorites. I don't need to play favorites. I try to avoid that anyway. Uh, Dan, oh, I'm a giant nerd and have a bunch of tech stuff and a good microphone. Well, then you're already 90% of the way there. Again, good microphone is literally your major step. I'm going to tell you a little secret. All right, I do long form videos that go up every day. I don't edit. Again, I clean up the sound now. Once I found that in the YouTube course I was taking, I went, oh, well, that's great. And I found it, and I was like, Oh my god, I actually have access to this already. Okay, this is awesome. Um, but the if you already have it, I don't edit my videos. If I screw up bad enough, I will re-record it. It is what, 8, 10, 14 minutes. Agile. I spoke about you earlier on. By the way, folks, Agile is a huge supporter of this channel. He gifts memberships, uh, like they're going out of style, and I can't thank him enough. Uh, and he is a huge community person. Doesn't just support this channel; he supports other channels in the OSR. So if you see Agile in a chat somewhere or commenting, just know that the man lives and breathes OSR and gaming and community. So, but going back to Dan, personally, I'm going to tell you something that's not a big secret. Just record your first video. If you don't want to work from a script, and I didn't do that for years, but again, I find I will use pause words and filler words if I don't. If you don't want to use a script, have an outline, have something ready, but just do it and get a few videos out there. And don't worry about the small stuff. It gets easier as you do it. Okay. Another secret about me: I when I got my first job in retail at the age of 19, the manager that hired me for electronics, a salesperson where I had to sell, told me, "I can see you're a shy person, but I can get you through that." And now look at me at 58. God help. You know, just by doing it. Rach is probably for the new year. She's going to be starting her own channel, combining mental wellness and yoga and mindfulness. She's got a few things that she wants to work about. Dan, have only recently found some of the more OSR focused channels. YouTube likes to force the 5e shit on everyone. Well, yeah. And then honestly, because 5e is where they see the bigger viewership on. And even channels like, Dungeon Craft. Dan's got almost like I think 150,000 subscribers, but he walks that OSR 5e line, but he does a lot of 5e coverage. Dan, I'm basically a grognard that hates 5e and loves the old stuff. OSE, OD&D, etc. Well, then you're at home. And like I said earlier, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Discord. You know what? Let me drop the our Discord server in the chat just for folks who where the heck is it? Where is it? Invite people. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this into the chat. You can join the Discord. You can always find me on Discord. It's the Tavern's Discord. But we need more OSR channels. We don't, and no offense to Bannock Questing Beast. He does a fine channel that makes money, okay? But his focus, in my experience, is more on the money side of things than it is necessarily to the um, community side of things. If that makes any sense. I mean, I've generally been uh, community front or community focused with what I do, whether it's been in here or on the blog or in the Discord. Uh, yeah, 5e is the fecal phage pachyderm in the room. There's very little you can do to escape it at the moment. You can. I don't get much on my YouTube feed. I don't get very much 5e shoved at me. I do get Joe the Lawyer and Greyhawk Grognard my own stuff. With the Irish chick who's always like the world is falling apart with D&D. I forget her name at the moment. Dungeons and Discourse or something like that, or Dragons and Discourse. Um, Dungeon Craft. But I don't get much of the 5e stuff unless I'm foolish enough to actually click on one of the videos if it does show up on my feed. And by the way, I do most of my YouTube viewing on the big screen TV with Rage. I could probably unsubscribe to every Netflix and Disney and Amazon Prime. I like for the shipping, but I could probably unsubscribe to all those on demands because we hardly turn them on. We mostly watch YouTube. So I do YouTube Premium, so I don't have to deal with the commercials. And I apologize to those that do. Um, I've heard rumors through the YouTube side that they are considering thinking that if you were a member of a channel, that channel would be ad free for you. I think that would be huge in driving membership. So there's my other collaborator, Joe the lawyer. Joe Block was in earlier. He just bounced out because he'll have a live stream at 9 p.m. But again, if you have questions, ask any of us. You can find Joe potentially on Facebook. You can also find him on Discord. Yeah, Eric, you make that mistake once though, and your algorithm is in a crapper for a week. Yeah, my viewing algorithm, I made that mistake. Listen, at least I'm back now to getting a lot of my World War II dark docs and other, in the oh god, a few of the other video channels that do a lot of military history, which I happen to like. So does Rach. Because Joe, funny, you're doing a live at 8, and Joe and I are doing a one at 9, or each doing one at 9. We should have just done a joint stream. We probably should have. If we'd only known, we could have been contenders. Uh, Jeff, welcome. Dan, I accidentally clicked a Pack Tactics video that someone sent me a link to, and my feed got instantly inundated. Yeah, yeah. I feel your pain. I've been there. It's not fun. And YouTube, by the way, cares more about your viewing habits than what you're subscribed to. What a surprise, right? Because YouTube is trying to get people to binge watch. So if you are a YouTuber creating videos, believe it or not, having your channel have the different, tags for your you know, your talking crit tab and your random party tag and that oh, Death Angel, thank you. Oh, that I was like, ah. If you want these things to work for you, you do put your videos in appropriate categories on your channel because YouTube going forward is hoping that people will binge watch. And since more people now are watching on TV than any other device, they'll click the channel, click your channel, and then walk away as they're watching, I don't know, every random party that I've done in the last year and just let it play in the background. And that's what they're hoping the future of YouTube long form is. Shorts, they're outdoing TikTok from what I've seen. So it's a weird dynamic. I do the shorts because the shorts do drive traffic to the long form videos. I can't deny that. They're not gonna Shorts are never gonna make me rich. ClipGo cost me $15 a month to generate the shorts, and the shorts generate $22 a month. So I can buy myself a large Starbucks coffee. Thank God I don't drink that shit. But I could once a month from my profits from making shorts. But um, it does drive traffic and it drives conversation. So whatever gets eyes on your channel, that helps the algorithm. We were talking about the algorithm. One of the worst things that you're going to do if you have a new channel is, and I wish I had known this, but is to share out your channel through social media or through your family and have them look at it and not really care about it and not click back because it's telling the algorithm that your audience isn't the audience that it should be. When the algorithm finds your audience, they find a stronger, more focused audience. Again, it's a version of AI working. So I don't share my long form video links out. Now, other people may. That's great. I'm happy for that. But I don't share them out anymore, and I'm getting more views than ever. So it seems to work. Uh oh, Death Angel, you're busting Joe's balls. I mean, we all do, but if he had a video going on in 5 minutes, he might have already bounced out. But yeah, we got 25 people on this AMA, so I'm very flattered. So quick reminders: I got a live stream tomorrow with the Erudite DM at I believe it's at 9 p.m. Hopefully Tom Tullis Wednesday night on Talking Crit 8 p.m. Um, we're going to have the vlog of many things on Thursday at 8. The random party at 8 p.m. on Friday. Back to Gamers Health on Saturday. 9 p.m. next Sunday will be Sunday night special. And yeah, you had some scheduling problems. People were busting your balls about it. I don't know. I didn't look at it. They were just saying that you had initially put it for the maybe you labeled it for the wrong day, but you got it right in the system. I don't know. But I thought that the what is it? The inappropriate characters re-rolled that we were doing once a month. I thought that it had been cold, that it was put to the side, but apparently we are re-kicking it the last Sunday of this month. So I find myself doing a lot of live streams, and just for those that haven't figured this out yet, a lot of YouTubers bigger than Joe and I don't like live streams because they're always afraid that something's going to potentially be said that could hurt their channel because they make money. Bigger YouTubers aren't making money from YouTube revenue. They're making money from direct advertising, sponsorships, and such. I'm a little wary of sponsorships because I like to own my own soul. I only have the one. But since Joe and Joe are going to have another live stream, both of them going up in 2 minutes. Um, oh, okay. So, all right. So I listen, Joe. I had no. I just knew people were talking about it in my chat the other night. I have no idea. But I see we got 26 people in the live right now. That's awesome numbers, and that's all from this channel. Dan, sponsorships, merch, other diversified revenue streams on the bigger channels, and you can do merch. Here you can do print on demand stuff that gets advertised through. Um, you know, yes, live streams to me are a great way to connect to the community, and I love. Initially, I was like, I don't know if I want to just do a solo live stream. Or who the hell wants to just hear me yabber? But the reality is, this is great for the getting direct feedback, and I love doing live streams. But I'm not going to name names of YouTubers that I've spoken to at conventions who have channels much larger than me, Joe, or Joe. They're like, I don't do live streams because live streams are, even if it's just don't roll double zero, don't roll double zero. You know what? When you're paying your mortgage because of your channel, that's a hell of a thing to risk. Um, I'm not risking that extra income, so I don't have anything to risk. Mike, what live stream software do you recommend? The easier, the better for me. Uh, Myself, Joe, and Joe, we all use Restream. If you pay for it yearly, I think it's about $15 a month. Uh, it's idiot proof. Now, I was going to use OBS at one point, and I never really got to grok it fully. But if you've ever looked at StreamYard, Restream is StreamYard without the excessive pricing. Okay. Like I said, I can do what you see, what you got on the bottom there. I could put up a QR code if I wanted to. I could, if I had the proper. See, that one didn't work. There's one. I was trying to work on, things to wrap the screen. I couldn't get the. They have ones that work that are preset. I don't like theirs, but um, you can put the minions thing up. You can change the backgrounds. Put up captions. You can play music. It's now, mind you, this Halloween. Okay, it's AI generated, so for those that are anti-AI, sorry, but or you can upload custom music. But I happen to like Restream because it's relatively idiot proof. I can have up to 8 guests. I can All my guests can share links to their channels as long as they have a Restream account. So yeah, it all works out, fine for us. And again, when I do a live stream and I have guests on, I allow them to stream to their own channels. I'm not trying to. For me, it's like if I got other people on with me and they got YouTube channels or X or Restream, have at it. You know, that's to me the joy of doing live streams is to get as many people as possible, involved in the process and viewing. Now with Restream, I don't believe people can comment from X. Like today, it's only YouTube because this is an AMA and it's members can ask questions, but anybody can watch. But usually the live streams are also streamed to X and to Rumble. And you use OBS with Restream. You're breaking my head there, Death Angels. You're breaking my head. I couldn't. Too much information overload. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. You're scaring me, sir. But I'm happy with what I needed for. It's great, and Restream will do the scheduling, and it'll schedule it on all the platforms that you want to do too. But yeah, I happen to. Uh, I'm very comfortable with Restream, and for me, that is. I know what OBS is. I checked it out. I'm just I need simplicity. Like I said, for me, the tech bar is low. I don't even edit my videos. I think I edited one. I try not, and that was just clipping off the end. I try not to do it. If I screw up, God bless, I'll just re-record. They were short enough in the first place. It'll take me longer to edit one of my videos, I am sure. Okay. I see. Like for me, I only have the one camera. Um, I believe with Restream though you can swap cameras, but sources. But I only have the one camera hooked up, so I have to check. I I I do have an interesting thing I'll be getting as an early Christmas present, so we shall see if that changes. Uh, Dan, I got used to OBS years ago when I used to stream to Twitch. And then it's again what you like Don says, use what works for you. I find that for me, Restream does 98% of what I want. It doesn't have a random uh, gifter like StreamYard had. I enjoyed. Anybody who commented in the last 5 minutes was able to be put into the random gift potential because OSR Christmas is coming up, and oh my God, we're already November 9th. I got to start getting this ready. For those that don't know, OSR Christmas is something I've been doing for well over a decade. And it's freebies between the YouTube channel and the blog, and probably going to get the newsletter involved in this. So you'll get opportunity for PDF products, some print products. Usually print is USA only, although Glenn Seal generally participates and he'll ship anywhere. He's an insane person. Drive-through RPG gift certificates, 12 days of gifting, generally spread out over a month or so. So in any case, that's something I'm reminding myself I have to start reaching out to publishers and friends in the industry and start getting a list of gifters together because gifting is fun. Just it is the season. So, all right, we have passed the 1 hour mark. I don't want to keep people from going to the Joe or Joe's. Remember, Grey Hawk Ragnar has a live stream going on right now. Joe the lawyer has a live stream going on right now. If you go to either one as we sign off from here, make sure you mention in the chat that I sent you. Bust their balls. Tell me, hey, Tenkar sent me. Yeah. But this is all about community, folks. It really is. And I'll try to put up some more posts in the YouTube posting section for this channel. So make sure if I do, you can comment and communicate with me. I'll probably put one up about how to contact me if you want to ask questions about starting your own YouTube channel. I've helped a couple of people get started, even if it's just the confidence to get started. And I really think it's huge. There's a lot of people who do that. Go bust! Go bust them both. All right, folks. On that note, thank you so much. God bless you all. Mike, thank you again. Agile, just thank you in general. And everybody who's in the chat, you're all awesome. Everybody who was watching, please. Next scheduled live stream on this channel is Wednesday, but I might the one tomorrow night might also be on this channel if I get the right link. We'll see.